Amelia Green, the pride of our school, walked down the school hallway beaming that Miss Perfect was an excellent student, an activist, and a teacher's pet. A lot of girls envied Amelia and wanted to be her. Wow, I would give anything to look like that. The boys were all but drooling whenever they saw her. Of course, Amelia was dating the most popular guy at school called John. Hi. Oh, you look like $1,000,000, baby. Oh, thank you, John. Everyone loved Amelia. She was flawless. What no one knew was that deep down, she was very sad. Amelia was a hostage to her own impeccable image. Sometimes it felt like she was living someone else's life. Who am I really? Hi. It might be hard to believe, but I am Amelia Green. Why have I changed so much? It's a long story, but we're not in a hurry, are we? Press like and let's get to it. My parents always said I should be better than all my peers. I didn't want to disappoint them and I did everything to make mom and dad proud. For example, I played the violin in the school orchestra even though I didn't enjoy it. Keep practicing to get into a conservatory, sweetie. I spent hours studying after classes so that the teachers would praise me and make sure to always look perfect. I only bought the most fashionable clothes so that my friends would envy me and my boyfriend would admire me. And, of course, I was always dieting. Here are fresh vegetables for my beautiful girl. Yummy. I dreamed of eating juicy burgers. Unfortunately, I was Miss Perfect, and I had no right to complain. One day before the holidays, the principal asked me, as the most responsible student, to organize a charity event. The school lacks funds. You'll need to figure out how to raise some money. I have a couple of ideas, Mr. Crane. I decided to hold a charity concert and told all my classmates about it. A gloomy guy called Dominic came up to me. He was probably the only person at school who didn't like me. Hey, Pink Marshmallow, my rock band could perform at your concert. Yeah, no. Your band would only scare everyone away. We're awesome. Just give us a chance. Are you deaf? Amelia said no. Whatever, you idiots. We got the money we needed, and the principal was over the moon. I was happy until John told me terrible news. Amelia, I know we wanted to spend the holidays together, but my parents are sending me to my grandmother for the whole summer. Damn it. We had so many plans. Of course, I was upset. However, I was supposed to be the perfect girlfriend, so I didn't let it show. It's not a big deal. I'll just spend some time with my parents. Unfortunately, when I got home, mom and dad said they were leaving on a business trip for several months. Great. Would I have to spend the summer holidays alone? You're a responsible girl, and we know we can leave you at home by yourself. But we hired a babysitter anyway. I wanted to tell them I wasn't a child and didn't need a babysitter. But then a gorgeous girl walked into the room. Her name was Molly. She was a college student and looked just like me, but older. I play in an orchestra too. We're gonna have so much fun together. I liked Molly right away. I'd always dreamed of having an older sister, so I was sure we would become fast friends. We won't be able to call you for the first few days, so we're hoping you girls will be fine. Amelia's in good hands. Don't worry about a thing. My parents got into the car and drove away. Molly immediately showed her true face. Phew, I thought they'd never leave. I'm tired of smiling like an idiot. What are you staring at? Did they leave any food? Hey, what was her deal? Molly changed and I barely recognized her. It turned out she had a bunch of tattoos and piercings. She looked like a rock star with her flashy makeup and crazy clothes. Molly found only healthy food in the kitchen, so she jumped on the sofa without taking her shoes off and ordered a pizza. Then she called her friends and asked them over. Yeah, they left. I'm like in charge here. Come over, let's party. Hey, quit acting like you own the place. Or what? Will you go running to mommy? Have you forgotten? Your parents won't have signal for a few days. Damn, she was right. What was worse? John and all my friends weren't around either. I was left alone with that monster. Soon, Molly's friends showed up and threw a noisy party. I almost lost it when I saw how messy they were. I tried to chase them away, but they were older and didn't listen to me. So I hid in my room and tried to forget about them. However, they were being so loud I couldn't focus on my textbook or practice the violin. Then Molly came and turned off the lights in my room. It's time for kids to go to sleep. Ugh, I wished I could. I woke up early the next morning, cleaned the house, and went for a walk. To my surprise, I saw Dominic. His band was performing on the street and passerbys were tossing them change. What are you staring at? I thought only tramps played on the street. Well, you didn't let us perform at the school concert, Miss Snob. I turned and was about to storm away, but he caught up to me. I know my older sister's your babysitter. Be careful with her. Molly's your sister? It all makes sense now. Everyone in your family's nuts. Can you get her to behave? We don't really get along. You're on your own, Marshmallow. Did he just call me Marshmallow? I would show him I wasn't as soft and weak as he thought. I firmly decided that I wouldn't put up with Molly's nonsense, and I'd put her in her place. The next time she turned our house into a nightclub, I secretly filmed everything her psycho friends did on my phone, and then came up to Molly, grinning smugly. I'll ask the neighbors to call the police because the music's too loud, and I'll show the cops this video. After that, you'll never be allowed to babysit anyone again. You could hear a pin drop. Everyone was surprised by my audacity. I felt like a winner, but Molly suddenly smiled sadly. You know, Amelia, I feel sorry for you. I can see how unhappy you are. You try your best to please everyone. It's the summer holidays, but you're sitting alone at home, eating broccoli and studying. Aren't you bored? Haven't you ever wanted to let loose and have fun? Her words took me by surprise. She was right. I had always tried to please everyone else. Molly saw her words stung me and slyly smiled. You need to have some fun. Come on, I have an idea. She dragged me to a rock concert. At first, I felt out of place there, but soon I relaxed and started dancing. After that, Molly and I walked around the city all night long, drew graffiti, and fooled around. We were loud and free. In the morning, we ended up in a diner. I could eat a horse. What about you, Amelia? Well, I guess I'll have a salad. A salad? Quit trying to please everyone and enjoy your life, baby! Her words hit me like a bucket of ice. It was time to stop being Miss Perfect. Then I'll have a huge burger with fries. Now we're talking. That was just the beginning. I hung out with my new friends every day. For the first time ever, I ate whatever I wanted. Of course, I gained weight, but Molly cheered me on. Can't fit into your pink dress? It's time to go shopping. My new friend helped me update my wardrobe. Then we went to a beauty salon and I got an amazing haircut. They even did my makeup. There was no trace of the old Amelia left, and I loved it. I looked at my friends and realized something was still missing. I want to get tattoos too. Wow, our baby's all grown up. I broke my piggy bank and we went to a tattoo parlor. On the way there, we ran into Dominic. Amelia, is it really you? He took me aside and anxiously told me to be wary of his sister again. I'm telling you, it won't end well. Quit nagging me. This is my life. I chased him away and I went into the salon, feeling Dominic's worried gaze on my back. Why was he suddenly acting like he cared? I came back home a new person. When I looked in the mirror, I felt free and very attractive. When my parents had signal, they started calling every day and asking us how we were doing. I was worried they would come back early if they saw my new look. That's why Molly answered their video calls alone and dressed like a perfect student. Mr. Green, we're fine. Amelia is busy practicing the violin. I'm so proud of our girl. It was an amazing summer, but it couldn't last forever, of course. Autumn came. Molly and her friends drove back to the college campus. I loved hanging out with you, Amelia. See you next summer. Soon, my parents came back home. At first, they thought they were being pranked because they couldn't believe I had changed so much in one summer. When they realized I was serious, they went ballistic. You're embarrassing us. What have you turned into? In the past, words like that would have brought me to tears. But now, I was strong and free. So I didn't care about my parents' temper tantrum. I don't care what people think of me anymore. Deal with it. On the first day of school, I saw a gorgeous car in the school parking lot. It turned out that it belonged to our principal, Mr. Crane. Where did you get the money for a car like that? I got an inheritance. Can you imagine? Are you a new student here? You're looking at the new Amelia Green. He froze with his mouth open and I walked into the school. None of my classmates recognized me either. Is it really you, Amelia? Yeah, it's me. You got a problem? Then I saw my boyfriend by his locker. I missed John like crazy. I snuck up to him from behind and covered his eyes with my hands. Guess who? He turned around and his eyes bulged out of his head. Amelia, what happened to you? John was not thrilled with my transformation. transformation. He even gave me an ultimatum. Either I lose weight and go back to looking like how I used to, or we break up. Oh, you think I look fat? I'll eat even more then. I saw that there were new vending machines selling soda and sweets at school. The students liked them and got in line to buy snacks. I got a chocolate bar and pointedly ate it in front of John. You don't need to say anything. Since all you care about is how I look, I think I'll be the one breaking up with you. He snorted angrily. I kept rebelling. First, I left the orchestra I hated, and then I just stopped studying. Life was too short to spend it poring over boring textbooks. Of course, I also stopped being the teacher's favorite. The principal even called my parents to the school because of my poor academic performance. Mom complained that I was out of control and they didn't know how to talk sense into me. Mr. Crane suggested I talk to the school psychologist. That really pissed me off. I decided to show them I would not let anybody get into my head. So I put my legs on the table and started blowing bubbles and popping my gum. What's the matter, Doc? Amelia, if you keep this up, you might be sent to a school for troubled teenagers. I got mad, snapped at her, and ran out of her office. In the hallway, I bumped into Dominic. He started scolding me for acting like a child. Ugh, I'd had it with everyone. You know, you might look like a tough guy, but deep inside, you're soft like a biscuit. You live by your stupid rules if you want to, but I want to be free. No one understood me except Molly. So I ran away from school and I came to her campus. When I found my summer friends in college, I was stunned. They all looked like ordinary students. Molly, where are your tattoos? Why do you look like that? Baby, our tattoos were fake. We were just having fun during the holidays. The only reason we hung out with you was so we could party at your house. It was fun, but now it's time for us to focus on our studies. So you should leave. I felt empty inside. That whole time I thought I'd finally found real friends, but they had simply used me. I was such a moron. I wandered home gloomily and suddenly heard a familiar melody. Dominic was performing with his band on the street again. I sat down next to him and listened. You know, you're actually really good. I'm sorry I didn't let you perform at the concert. Never mind that. Why do you look so sad? I told him about his sister and he smiled at me. I told you to stay away from Molly. She uses people. I look like this because I like it, but you changed to fit in and completely lost yourself. But I didn't really like the old me either. I don't know who I am or what I want anymore. Listen to your heart. It will tell you. He winked at me and walked away. His words got me thinking, what did I want? Probably just to be myself, to stop dieting like crazy and become a journalist. I definitely didn't want to go to a conservatory. That was my parents' dream. After that, I changed into ordinary, comfortable clothes and washed off my bright makeup. When I came to school, I saw something weird. A lot of the students were complaining about acne, digestive problems, and were gaining weight. Had something happened? I looked around and saw the queue by the vending machine. It was obvious. The students were eating so many sweets that they now had health issues. I decided to have a serious talk with the principal and convince him to remove those machines. When I walked into his office, I saw Mr. Crane talking to some weird guys. He immediately told me to get out. It all seemed suspicious to me, so I stood by the door and I listened in. It turned out those guys were paying Mr. Crane so he'd let them sell unhealthy food at our school and turn a blind eye to the students' problems. That bastard! Was that how he earned the money for the car? Later, I confronted the principal. An inheritance, huh? I'll prove that you bought that car with dirty money. I showed him my phone and said I'd recorded his conversation. If you don't remove those vending machines from school, the entire city hears about this. He scowled, but agreed to my terms. That small victory convinced me that I really did want to become a journalist and fight for justice. It took some time, but I made up with my classmates and convinced my parents to let me choose my own path. No more diets, Mom. You're right, honey. You should eat as much as you want. I also wanted to thank Dominic for his kindness and help, so I helped him organize a concert at school. Hit it, guys! This song is for my muse and my good friend, Amelia. This adventure taught me that there's nothing more attractive than being yourself. What do you think?